Welcome in, everybody. It's that time of year again. Jeremy Wheeler here sitting down with Coach Walter here for the Annandale Cardinals. It's football season all of a sudden, Coach.
I know. Well, it's always football season,
Well,
Jeremy.
that is true.
It's maybe starting for you, but we've been going all year.
That is true.
Yeah.
No,
But it's getting close to game season.
yes, yeah. Kind of hard to believe that we do have a game on Friday. You had not a game, but a pretend game. We had scrimmage on Saturday up in Foley. Talk a little bit about how that went up there, kind of the first opportunity for kids to get out in some of that live hitting and live tackling.
Yeah, especially for us. I mean, we don't tackle live at practice. We do some like board drills for blocking where, linemen are a yard apart and they, block each other for 2 seconds and things like that. So for us, it's just good to get back to some physicality. The speed of the game, scrimmages, practices at one speed. Scrimmages are a little bit faster. Friday nights are even faster than that.
Mm-hmm.
So just to get acclimated to the speed of the game. And, one thing we saw like with our line, we were really good with our steps. We were really good at coming off the ball, but we didn't maintain blocks real well because at practice, we're just stronger than the guys we go against. So you make contact and you can just control them. Well, the people are fighting a lot harder in the scrimmage to get off the blocks. So, I mean, just things you got to clean up. You see that every year. It's good for our guys to tackle. I mean, we tackle dummies here in practice, and it never really hurts us. And I think you saw that on Saturday. I thought we tackled pretty well on Saturday. We struggle a little bit getting out blocks on defense. You don't prepare for any of the teams. Like Pierce comes out, they're running too tight, two wings. And, I mean, you don't practice that. You don't even know what they're going to run. So the kids are trying to, play defense against that. It's new. So you give them some plays every once in a while. But overall, I thought it went good. I mean, we got a lot of kids playing time. It was good to see all the kids out there. We're trying to get our starters solidified. We're trying to get our backups solidified. Kids who can play special teams, like maybe they're not good enough to win a position, but they run and they hit. It's like you can be on kickoff, kick return, punt, those types of things. So it's just good seeing the kids on the field going live and watching them run and hit people. So it was fun.
Definitely.
And then stay healthy.
And
that's a big thing in the scrimmage. You have to stay healthy. That's the key.
Oh, and that's what we've been talking about it all summer. I know we've had a couple of kids with some nagging injuries. We had some injuries last season that kind of stretched throughout, and we talk about it every year that the team that's healthiest at the end of the season is the team that's going to end up going farthest.
One thing as coaches we always talk about is constantly building depth. So as these games go along, and week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, you're constantly trying to get more and more kids in, build depth, build depth. So when you get to the playoffs, if somebody goes down, A, you have somebody ready to go, and B, hopefully you're not wearing your players out as much during the regular season, and they're healthier when it comes playoff time. Because, I mean, we know we've been in the state tournament enough. The healthiest teams win. We've been there pretty beat up before. It's pretty hard to compete. We've been there really healthy, like in 2023. We're very healthy, make the state championship game. I mean, that's a big part of the playoffs, just staying healthy.
And as much as we don't want to think about it in August, the playoffs are going to be here before, the season's only 8 weeks long, and
weeks is a long time, Jerry.
It is a long time, but when we're going to go from, although it's beautiful today, we're going to go from the heat of August to the to needing to put a couple layers on for that last game over NBA
football season is weird. Like the first 2 to 3 games, it feels like summer, and then you get maybe 3 games of just beautiful fall, nice football weather that you dream of, where the air is crisp and clean, and then you're cold the rest of the time. And I don't know whoever says it's fun playing football in the cold. Football is not a cold weather sport.
See, if you're one of the ones that's running around out there, like in the snow, it's a little more fun.
No, your feet get cold. You get stepped on your hands. You can't keep your hands or your feet warm. But no, it's a good issue to have because you're playing late in the season. But nobody likes the cold weather,
and we definitely
not even the Green Bay Packers.
No, although their fans seem to think that
they think that. Yeah.
I'll take U.S. Bank any day. It's nice and balmy in November and December.
That's
right. Ready or not, we're not going to have to worry about the heat this Friday. We've got a beautiful Canadian cool front that has come in for us.
You like Ken Barlow now?
Sure.
You got the weather for me. Oh my, this is crazy, man. You do it all.
Everything for the fans.
What's the temperature going to be?
I think they're talking a high of like 72 or something.
72 at game time?
I haven't checked game time.
Okay. Sorry. What's the chance of rain?
I think they're talking showers later.
Like fourth quarter?
Hopefully not, but maybe we've got a 40-point lead by then. It won't matter.
So we have a 1-point lead going to the fourth quarter. I'll be happy.
A 1-point lead. That's all we need to win is 1 point. We're coming up against, I believe, your only 4A opponent that's coming in That's against Little Falls. We haven't seen them for a few years. There was a time where we were playing them fairly regularly, and then things got shifted. And well, the whole schedule is we'll go through the schedule here after we talk about Little Falls, but they're coming to town. They came in with a record last year of 3-7, like we've talked about already. Though last year's record doesn't necessarily mean anything. What do we know so far about Little Falls, and how much more difficult does it make it for you? Obviously, they haven't played a game yet either, so there's no real game film to scout. So, how do you prepare for Little Falls, and what are we expecting from the Flyers on Friday night?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. I mean, we're required, like, we had to send our last 2 games from last year. They had to send their last 2 games from last year. And then you send the scrimmage tape. Well, nobody has numbers on the scrimmage tape. They all have their practice jerseys on, so you don't know who anybody is. The tapes we saw them against Detroit Lakes. They beat Detroit Lakes last year, which was an upset in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And then they played Becker. And, I mean, you couldn't pay me $10,000 to play Becker last year. They were unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, obviously new players. I think from what we saw, they only have 2 returning starters on offense, 2 offensive linemen. Their running backs or receivers, quarterback, and most of the line are new. They return, I think, maybe 6 or 7 guys on defense. So yeah, they're going to be big up front. Their D line is big. They're beefy. They play a lot of guys up there as far as 4-man fronts, 5-man fronts, 6-man fronts. They're very aggressive. They blitz their linebackers a ton. So it's going to be a challenge, especially week 1. Kids aren't used to picking up things like that. O-line's a little bit smaller. They're spread. They're going to be spread out. Quarterback's a lefty, which is something different. We haven't seen a lefty.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it is scrimmage is so vanilla. Everybody just runs their base plays. They don't really want to show anything. Last year, that whole different set of guys. So you don't really know what they're going to run. Are they going to try to run the football a little bit more? Out of spread, are they going to try to throw the ball a little bit when they run their quarterback? Nobody typically runs their quarterback in the scrimmage. So the quarterback's a bigger kid. You assume they would run him a little bit, but you just don't know. So you just try to get lined up with their formations, get a feel for what they like to do. One thing that's nice, their coach, I think, is his 12th year. So they're probably going to be running the same system they've been running, unless they brought in like a new old coordinator. But it looked from the scrimmage film, it was very dummied down, but they were going to run a lot of their stuff. So we're going to see trips. We're going to see twins on both sides. They got a nice slot who's pretty quick. And then defensively, they double A gap blitzed a ton last year. They didn't show that one time in the scrimmage, but it doesn't mean they're not going to do it. It's like maybe that's just something they're saving for the game. So you just got a lot to prepare for. Get the kids accustomed to it. We'll show that, so they're not surprised by it. We'll show the 4-man front, a 5-man front, a 6-man front, just so our kids kind of get a glimpse of what they're going to see on Friday night, or what they could possibly see on Friday night.
We talked about not the same team as last year. Of course, we went 10-2 last year and went to the state quarterfinal game. Didn't quite end the way that we were hoping it was going to, but we lost an awful lot of kids from that team. We already talked earlier tonight that you lost 8 starters on defense. A lot of your offense returned, but still trying to fit all the pieces together. So obviously we're going to cheer for whoever's out there, but what are some of those names, maybe some of those new names, or maybe some returning names that Cardinal fans are going to be hearing?
Yeah, I think on offense, our offensive line, obviously Owen Peterson, he started last year, he returns. Adam Klatt returns. Ben Walter returns at center. And Charlie Peterson, when Keegan got hurt, he slid right into that guard spot. So those 4 guys all got locked in right away, and they've all improved. They've all lifted. Kane Folby, a junior, is probably going to take the other tackle spot. And then it's kind of nice. We get some other kids who are working in there. Keegan Grube will start at middle linebacker for us, but he's also going to play some guard for us. Brody Patch has done a nice job. He'll play some D-line for us. He's going to play some O-line for us. We got some, Devin Foss and Zach O'Connick and Robbie Halverson and some of these guys, Caleb Danzizen, that they're probably not ready right now, but hopefully in the next couple of weeks we can get them some playing time in there too, as they understand the offense better and get a little bit better. Trying to get depth. We're trying to get 8 to 10 guys, just so if somebody goes down, we can fill them. We'll be pretty good in that area. Obviously, we turned Colton Purcell at receiver and Isaiah Turner at slot and Gabe Westman at receiver. So 3 out of our 4 slots come back. We got a ton of guys who can play slot. Cooper Broman, Rylan Horses, sophomore, has looked really good for us. Josiah Turner, Ben Rubrink, Jack Newman. We got a lot of guys we think we can play there. At running back, we got Cam Ergen coming back, so we return a lot of our core. Keenan Schimmelfing's had a really good fall camp so far. Isaiah will play some in the backfield too.
Mm-hmm.
Then at quarterback, we had Michael play last year. He got hurt the second game. Braylon's played 7 games. Michael's not back 100% yet. He's cleared to go. He's gotten better every week. He'll start for us. But I can see maybe, Braylon coming and getting some playing time too, just to keep both those guys healthy and ticking. They've both been playing pretty well. Defensively, Owen returns on the D-line. We're going to rotate guys. A lot of our D-linemen are offensive linemen. So we're hoping to play between 8 and 10 guys a game and rotate them through there. So you got Ben, Adam, and Owen going to probably start up there. Then Kane Folby, Brody Patch, and Charlie Peterson going to rotate in there. And you got Robbie Halverson and Zach O'Connor. Alex Reitmeyer could get some time in there. So we got a lot of guys we think we can get in there. Got to get everybody up to speed so we don't have a drop when we do that. Our linebackers, Caden Schimmelfinney and Casson Brum are probably going to be outside. Dom Dirks will play some out there as we get going. Rylan Horsch could play some out there as we get going. Carter Pagacha could play some out there. And then in the middle, Keegan's going to be our middle linebacker. He has to replace Kobe. Cam Ergo will play some middle linebacker. Got Cam Helgett on the inside, and we have Rowan Bishop on the inside. Who those guys are in. Ezra Manuel provides some depth in there. Ezra may play some O-line for us too. He's gotten better and better with that. So we got a lot of guys. I mean, just the depth in there. Then safety, we'll play some safety for us. Cooper Broman at corner, Ben Rubrick at corner, Tavin Long at corner, Jack Newman at corner, Colt Brissell at safety, Gabe Westman at corner. We got a lot of guys who, again, we feel that can give us playing time. So, I mean, I feel like we have a lot of players. We have 72 kids, 10 through 12. We're trying to get as deep as we can. I mean, that's our goal.
Deepest team wins, and it's great to see those numbers. I know we've talked in previous years, looking at some of the other programs just around the area, and they're losing some of those numbers. They start seeing our team is double the size of some of these teams. We went to Breck a couple years ago when we joked about the fact that we dressed more cheerleaders than they dressed players out on the field, and so. What's the key to your success? What do you think keeps kids coming out to play football?
I think private school is a little bit tougher, to get the numbers. Numbers go up and down. I mean, eventually our numbers will go down a little bit too, but I think what really helps is we have flag football in 3rd and 4th grade. Our 5th and 6th grade tackle football, I really like because we don't travel. We're not playing other teams. As you start traveling, playing other teams, it becomes psycho competitive, and one kid gets 20 carries and everybody else stands around. That is in-house that we still run it. Every kid should get 2 or 3 carries if they want the ball thrown to them. Everybody gets to touch the ball. Everybody plays different positions. I think that keeps our numbers out. I think our junior high coaches, typically you lose kids from 6th to 7th grade, the transition years. Our junior high coaches have done a really, really good job with the kids, making practice fun and teaching them. From 8th and 9th grade, you lose kids. I think we've been really good at retaining that. Our 9th grade program does a real good job. Get them to 10th grade, and once you get to 10th grade, we pretty much have them. So you try to get the kids through their sophomore year, and they're pretty much going to be with you. I think our success has helped. I mean, we've been to state tournament, 7 out of the last 8 years or whatever. I think that helps. Our parents and community are just phenomenal to our players. I mean, we have team dinners on Thursday night. We have pregame dinners on Friday. We get great fan support. I think the kids just have a lot of fun with our school, supports a lot. So I think it's fun. To be a football player, I think it's a lot of fun, and we get backed by the community and our parents so well. So I think that's been a big key to our success.